All right, welcome back. So, it feels like ages ago. We're back. We're bringing we're bringing the same concept back with new fresh faces, some old re-invites. We will go ahead and get us started here in a sec. I will recap some of the game rules for those of you who are new, for those of our guests who are new, and then at the same time, what we'll end up doing is while we're recapping and introducing people, if you don't mind chatting, sort of making us aware you're here, I'll go ahead and enter you here in the background into spin the wheel thing. We'll see who reps who this time around. So again, recapping, we'll go ahead and put this here up on the screen. Each guest will get 1 minute to give their hot take on questions, comments presented. The timer will be visible to all. You'll get to finish your thought after the minute, but please let's not go over. Points will be awarded arbitrarily based on how hot that take is. I know it's controversial. Maddie, I've heard it from you. You can use your minute as you wish.
No comment.
No comment. There you go. Respond to a comment made. You can do that. You can focus on the topic at hand for more points, of course. Each guest will get a shot to start a round so that no one guest continues to go first. And so like I mentioned, in order to be entered into this very DFK bullish raffle, just type something in. We'll add you here in a sec. And again, each of our guests today will represent one of these raffle winners. So root on, root your favorite guest here, and/or if you're chosen, make sure to root for your guy here. So with that said, I will take some time to start writing names down. But Maddie Pesk, welcome back. Reintroduce yourself, and I'll start with this. You can't buy love. That's for sure. But you can buy points on this game. So I will say that Maddie Pesk cut me a Diana hero. I mean, is it a coincidence?
I was not going to bring that up. We did not need to bring that up whatsoever. I don't know why that's being talked about.
Because I don't know why he's starting out with 10 extra points.
I know. You got 5 extra points.
Maddie's got the deals, huh?
Yeah. I gave him the friends and family. I
didn't know we could bribe the host.
Mm-hmm. No. I'm making this. It's very honest, very open. He's bound to get negative 10 points and muted. We've already talked about this and muted at the same time. Yeah. So if anything, this is a mercy 5 points. Don't worry, it's not going to get you a lead over anyone else. But Maddie, reintroduce yourself to the crew, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, my name is Maddie Pesk from Bogside Chats. It's a little podcast. Myself and two of my friends like to do. We like to theory craft and speculate wildly on DFK. I'm disappointed though because I thought Pran the Man was going to be on this, and I was going to. Sorry, go.
No. He was going to be here. So I'll let you finish here, and I'll mention who's not here and why they're not here. There's some reasonings as to.
I was going to make a bold proclamation that I am.
Make it.
I am anti-Kirby feet. I am very anti-Kirby feet, and I know Pran is an endorser of that. So I wanted to make that clear in this podcast that I am anti-Kirby feet, and I think it needs to be just admonished from society. That's the end of my
anti-feet in general. Who needs feet? Diabetes forever.
I love it. Well, I will pause here briefly, just make a couple of announcements. Pran, Ogre, and Cryptomeme were going to be on the show with us. They weren't able to make it tonight. They are here in spirit. They're here in our hearts. Maybe they make it here in a bit. We'll wait and find out. Sandwich Punch. I can't forget mentioning his name. He was actually going to be originally part of the show, and he did reach out to me to just he wanted to first and foremost relay his love to the community. You may or may have not seen his tweet. I know he's taking some time off, sort of take care of some stuff, take care of himself. He did want to reiterate and sort of make sure that everyone knew he wasn't capitulating, he wasn't selling, he wasn't down on DFK. He just needed some time. He hopes to be back at some point. He's just not sure when, but he's taking some time, not just from DFK, but crypto as a whole. So with that said, Beef, welcome back. Or Mosh, we're not sure. Mosh couldn't make it. He was originally invited, and we had, hey, who's the next best substitute?
That's exactly what I am here. Let's be real. I'm a substitute. He still had my graphic from last time up, so there was no edit, so it worked out. I do appreciate being invited back, but same old Beeve, Mythic Squad guy, and yeah, somebody else is here. Somebody else is here from there too. So
we could have passed him off as Mosh.
There you go. I could have passed him off as Mosh.
I could be. I could
Change
be
your name to Mosh.
Do we know it's not Mosh?
Yeah.
Do we don't know it's
Washington
Mosh?
State Patrol. That has happened before.
Oh,
it has.
If you guys don't have a story where you guys went on a date and switched it up just for laughs and giggles, I don't believe it, because I'm sure that must have happened at one point or another.
Well, we don't know what this call is rated, so we're not gonna jump into the Eiffel title.
He took some tests for me.
We'll leave it for over beers and drinks at the
bit
next
my
DFK
tongue.
event. There you go, Zabo. You bit your tongue too early. Neindorf, welcome to the show. First time on. You are a guest that needs very little introduction. You're one of two ADFK sort of OG. Well, you're not just ADFK members. You are ADFK. You are one of the community's sort of go-to devs. You're an OG to many, and you are I could laud you for hours and hours, but please introduce.
Oh yeah, hold on. We didn't get any of this. What is this? Huh?
Yeah, what's up
Thank
with
you.
that?
Thank
Playing
you.
favorites.
There you go. See? And just like that, he lost his point. So, Neindorf, introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Neindorf here, from, like you said, ADFK. This guy behind the site. Feed me your ideas. I love all the stuff that you guys feed me. I like to say that the site wouldn't be about a third what it was, except for all your guys' good ideas. So I appreciate it.
We love it. We appreciate you, Neindorf.
Modest Neindorf, king of all mustard. I love him.
If you catch me not paying attention, I'm coding, so I apologize.
Working even when he's not. Wow, I love it. Christian, you are the proud parent of DFK today, but tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Definitely. Thanks for having me back, Sergeant. In today's DFK debate, I will be playing the part of Ogre Abroad, except without the Gandalf beard. And it's good to be back. I'm excited to get a chance to chat with some of the newbies that are there, and Neindorf and Zabu and Starbuck. We've got 2/3 of the Mythic Squad. That seems a little bit unfair. We've got half of the debate team here is on the Mythic Squad. So we'll see how that works out.
Our odds are looking pretty good.
Happy to be back. Yeah.
Mythic odds. You guys definitely have a shot here. Starbuck, dude. While I love the sweater, you were rocking a pimp suit like a minute ago. No one knows what we were talking about except for those of us who were backstage. But just like that, he turns into a Starbuck. You've got the Beeve here sort of doing a rally call for you. Introduce yourself, reintroduce yourself to the community.
Yeah, I'm Starbuck. Been in the game since April of last year. Luckily, two of my identical buddies had buddies that got me into this game, and so far so good. As you mentioned, we're part of the Mythic Squad, and we're a good group of guys that like to have fun, and we are ready to take this game on by storm.
You guys are ready to bring it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's what we say. Don't worry about our bark. Worry about our howl.
Ooh. I love it. You guys rock. You guys rock. Last but not least, Mr. Potato Head himself, Zabu, king of the potatoes. You've just recently started streaming yourself. You've been doing that for a couple months now, I think. If not, or what feels like a couple months. You're doing both Twitch and YouTube. For those of you who may not know you, please introduce yourself.
Hey, well, thanks a lot, Sergeant. First of all, thank you for having me. Awesome show. Glad to be here. My name is Zabu. A little bit about my DFK journey so far. I started with one hero in, I think, March or February of last year. And I really didn't get deep into it um, until we were close to almost bottom, around 18, 20, around there. And yeah, I'm having a blast with the community. I was interested in DFK because of the juicy APRs, but I stayed for the community, and that's what has kept me here and in crypto in general, because DFK is my only play right now. And besides that, I like to say that I'm just a potato on the internet.
I love it. I love it. And I too came in for the money, stayed in, stayed for the friends, and God, are you guys some expensive company? I'll just put it that way. But I wouldn't have it any other way. So I've got the raffle machine here. I'll do this on the back end. You guys are just gonna have to take my word for it. Um, we'll spin wheel. Maddie Pask, you are repping.
Don't you have an extra screen today so you can share?
Rempen, yeah. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
Let's do it. What do we got?
Give me a sec. You've got Renpen Acoustics. I'm gonna
Excellent.
butcher some of these names, so bear
Beautiful.
with me. And if you don't see your name here, it's not for lack of me not wanting you on. I am, as you may see, trying to do a handful of things at the same time, so bear with me. All right, next name. Who's repping who? I think Beeve, you are repping. Who we got? You're repping Rock 808. I love it.
Let's
Wow.
go. Let's go.
I love it. I think Neindorf, you are repping. Skiller 55.
Oh, interesting. He's got
Christian, you're
he
repping?
can't root for Mythic Squad.
Brown Gent Christian. Ooh,
Oh.
dynamic pro here. Starbuck. Oh, Vibes. Starbuck.
Ooh.
All
Then
right.
Zabu, last but not least here, you are repping. Oh, Mr. Primetime. Open invitation to Primetime for
Let's
the
go,
next event.
Primetime.
You don't show up, it's on you. You gotta come on.
Forgive me in advance, prime time.
And no. Hey. You don't know. You don't know. It's too early to give up on yourself. So what I will say is I'll sort of preface this. I sort of teased it out now, but I will say that this has become actually really fun. Not just for me, but I know for many of you. I think I'll keep doing some more of these. As mentioned, if you do want to be a guest on one of these, continue to be a guest on one of these. I'll be sure to reach out and maybe do more of these. At first I was thinking once a month. I'm thinking maybe more often than that. I'll think of something here. I'm at the mercy of the health of my 1-year-old who goes to daycare, who's sick about every other week. So we'll see. With that said, let's go ahead and tease off some of these questions. Again, we'll have a 60-second timer. I will read something off here to just prompt and sort of get things going here. I don't know why we had. It looks like I have a 55-minute timer for some reason. No one needs that. Here we go. We'll fix it. We'll figure it out.
Sergeant, can I ask? It's going to be different questions from last time, right?
It'll absolutely be different questions for you. For everyone else, I hope you watch the last stream of different questions. All right. So while I figure out my timer issues, let's go ahead and just get started with the first question. So, thousands of years ago, centralized finance emerged out of the fertile riverbanks of Mesopotamia. For many years, it worked-ish. We've all been witness to the demise of centralized powerhouses in the past. In traditional finance, we have seen corrections, recessions, depressions. It happens. Recently, we've seen the collapse of crypto entities thought too big to fail, such as Terra Luna and FTX, just to name a couple. Centralized finance and centralized exchanges, for that matter, are not bad. They're not worse, and they're not evil compared to the decentralized world of tomorrow. Nay, It's the person behind the curtain who's at fault, not the system. System's not faulty. Events like the Terra Luna collapse, demise of FTX, and exposed vulnerabilities of Harmony are proof of that. DFK's desire to be listed on a centralized exchange should be embraced with open arms. After all, you can't spell decentralized finance without centralized. So, Matty Pask, what do
Sure.
you think of that?
So this is very interesting. I think. Do I get the 10 hours? I would like the 10 hours.
You get, you got 10 hours. Let me try that again.
I'm very mixed on this. I think I personally like the decentralization like movement and DeFi in general. I'm more interested in that technology succeeding. However, I also have a stake in this game, and I think if it gets listed on one of the, Binance or Coinbase, I think that will increase the value of Jewel and then by default Jade and Crystal. So I'm very mixed on that because I want my personal bag to go up in value, and I think it will if it gets listed on one of these exchanges. However, in general, I'm very anti, these exchanges. When my friends ask me like, how do I start out in crypto? The first thing I say to them is like, don't put your money on an exchange. Set up your own wallet. Like depending on how technical they are, set up something that's like very, very, exclusive from these centralized these exchanges. So I'm very conflicted on this, and I don't really have a good answer for you because I do think the value of Jewel will increase if it gets listed on one of these exchanges, and that'll be good for me. So this is just, just give me minus points on this because I have no good things to say.
-6, got it. And I'm just kidding. 6 points for sure. No, I mean, you said a lot of good things there. I can't disagree with you. I mean, I think like you, it sounds bad. We are giving up a piece of ourselves by doing it. But naturally speaking, I think that's the evolution of the project. I could be wrong. Beeb, DFK on a centralized exchange, good?
What's happening? Does Beeb know he's up? Does he know he's up?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. There we go.
Yeah.
I can. Wow,
changing locations.
Wow.
That's
All right,
kind of
sorry.
baller.
Then you
too.
No,
That's
yeah.
mid-question. I love it. Keep going.
All right. So yeah, I think regulation needs to come for a lot of this stuff. DeFi, central finance. I don't think it matters. I think we need some regulation. I don't say that lightly because I think if they overregulate it, it's completely bad. But the technology is here to stay. As far as for DeFi kingdoms and Jewel, I can see there being bonuses for both, But once we're there, and that's the risk we're taking in the current crypto market. So I don't know. I think there's pros and cons. So I'm kind of on the fence about it. So
I don't blame you. It's sort of it's one of those things that I very well could be on the fence about as well. I mean, you could go either way, but Nine Dwarf, is it a good idea?
So I guess I'll phrase it this way. What do you go to a centralized exchange for? Exposure. I'll be honest with you, there's going to be a huge cost to that to Kingdom Studios. I don't know that they need to pay that cost. I mean, look, we got to $20 without it. I don't think it buys us anything that we can't get naturally on a DEX, traded the old-fashioned way. Now, is it painful for new people? Sure, and that's what us, the community, need to come in, help build those ramps, help put these guides out there so that people can get in. I just don't think it needs a centralized listing. I think we've already hit it before. We'll hit it again.
30 seconds. ADFK, but you guys are on fire.
You guys don't mess around. Yeah.
Hey, we've been doing this for a while, guys.
Wow.
Wow.
this should have been moshed up here against Nine Dwarf.
Christian, I know we've had this conversation, but I mean, DFK on a centralized exchange, it's all but certain, but is it a good thing?
I think that Neindorf definitely hit this nail on the head. There's no reason to have our tokens on a centralized exchange. In fact, if centralized exchanges were just for getting your US dollars to USDC or ETH or something else and then trading it for another token, that would be fantastic. In fact, there wouldn't even need to be any regulation if you just used your on-ramp to get your USD into the crypto space. So I know that I'm also too with Maddie, though, that once these things get listed, they do have a tendency to pump, which is great for everybody that owns these tokens. But in the long term, we got to $22 on a decentralized exchange when there wasn't really even a game. And I think that we're going to go back there, if not higher. And there's no reason to have our tokens listed on a centralized exchange. I spoke to Dreamer about this, and the big thing was that the market makers cost a lot of money, and the market makers can be hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, in order to give them the tokens they need in order to be able to make that market. And we saw what happened with FTX when they were the market maker and the centralized exchange behind everything. They, the inside information, it's very difficult once people get that centralized information to not have them trade on it. And, I just feel like with decentralized exchanges, we all know how to use them. We all know how to provide liquidity. So much easier, so much more transparent. Let's do it all on the blockchain.
Starbuck.
Yeah, I mean,
What says you?
So I think I agree with a lot that's already been said. Mainly, my biggest hesitancy is putting the economy of the game in players or in individuals' hands who are not in the game is a threat to me. Obviously, as a holder of Jewel and a holder of the other tokens, I think that there's a position that obviously I want that to grow. But for the same sense that everybody else has already said, we reached $20 before there wasn't a game. The game is on the horizon. What happened with Axie Infinity when the game actually became a game and was released? It skyrocketed. I think that by putting it in a position where we're leaving it to individuals, like I said, who are not part of the community, who are not part of the game, it jeopardizes us, who are actually players of the game, that are in the community, and it puts us in a position where we're kind of at the mercy of how the market views something that they're not a part of. If we can keep it in the big exchanges like Coinbase and the huge ones, I mean, there's some positives with that as well, mainly for speed of access and the exposure to individuals that are outside of the game right now. The more people that know about it, the more people that eventually play. But
I'll stop you on that note, not because of anything, but because I forgot to set the timer.
Oh.
And I was looking at my my clock here.
Cut him
Great
off.
answer. Cut him off. Cut you off. No, my bad. I'm like managing 3 screens here. I need to hire me as someone. Someone build me a bot, please. No, I agree with you, Starbuck. I mean, it's an interesting question. Zabu, what do you think?
I'm very conflicted. I'm not going to lie, and I am interested in the potential financial gain, but that would be hype driven, It's going to pump and it'll retrace, Basically, I believe in decentralization and in the whole crypto, what crypto stands for. We own these assets, just like Vitalik Buterin starting his own blockchain, because he was upset with a game that owned his assets, And so to answer, basically, no, I don't want it. And furthermore, to add, if any sex wants to list Jewel, well, they're more than welcome to buy off the DeFi Kingdom's DEX at market value, just like the rest of us.
I'll give you a point for saying sex because I'm a 5-year-old kid inside. No, great answers. I think it's one of those things we'll all find out down the road whether or not it's good or bad. I'll say this much: the team's not led us astray thus far. They've been great. At this point, every decision they've made that I've had second thoughts on, they've proven me wrong along the way. And we'll see. We'll wait and see. I know they know what they're doing. Next question. Oh, Beav, this one's not targeted at Mythic Squad whatsoever. It's a perceived coincidence. Currently, the most economical pet is about 3,200 crystal. You can do a lot for that price, and I know Maddie Pask and the Bauxite crew were chatting about that at their most recent stream here. You know, with Mythic's pets being what they are, and sort of you know we are speculating a lot. I posed the following, and it's you know, right or wrong. I want a corner reaction here. Um,
Okay.
pets in general, they're a waste of time. They'll go the way of your Beanie Babies, your Chia Pets, and insert name of other fad
I didn't say
here.
it. I didn't say
I
that.
yeah, I'm saying it. You can play DFK with heroes. You can't exclusively play anything DFK with just pets. Furthermore, if you are gonna hatch pets, you're wasting your time hatching gray, blue, green, yellow pets because golden eggs, golden pets are where it's at. What do you think, Beav?
That was a long, long loaded question, Sarge, but I'm
I'm
ready for it.
trying to tug at your heartstrings, Mythic Squad.
I wish you had it up on the screen here for me.
Let me change it up for you. Pets, GFK pets, are they a waste of time? Are they misguided
I
ventures?
think I'll hit you with the right now. Heroes do more for you than pets, but I do agree with you on heroes being super valuable. So we agree that we value these heroes. If you value these heroes, then you need to get them a companion, and that companion is a pet because it's going to help it level up. All right. Oops, sorry, my kid's calling. It's okay. I believe if you just flip the card over on the pet, right, that you're going to see parts of the roadmap that are in the documents. So it's going to be participating in a lot of these road marks along the way as we go through this roadmap, right? Like when we got PvP coming around the corner, we know that pets will be involved in PvP. There's going to be XP for the rarity of the cards. There's going to be rolls and ranges on these rolls, so I would think pets are good. Also, the scarcity of pets versus heroes, right? There's way more pets, or there's way more heroes than there is pets, especially mythic pets. I think we did the numbers last night. I'm gonna blow them wrong here. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's like 830 something mythic pets in the game versus like 8,000, I believe. Mythic heroes. Was I wrong? Starbuck, chime in.
I think 5,500.
It was about 6,000.
55. Okay, 6,000. So there's the numbers are off there if you value your mythic heroes, right? So I think you should be getting your mythic pets. Don't sleep on pets.
Don't sleep on pets. All right. Nine Dwarf, are pets a waste of time? Do you own any, and are they worth keeping?
So I'll put it this way: I only have so much crystal. Do I buy LP? Do I buy heroes, tiers? Do I buy amulets? I've heard those might exist someday.
Jesus, come on.
That's the thing. Every player of this game has a limited amount of crystal. Jade, I'm just saying crystal. So I think you have to decide where do you want to go. Right now, pet ownership is flat. You either buy them or hatch them. Hero ownership has a lot of depth. You're leveling them up. You're creating new heroes. There is the opportunity to multiply your investment. On a pet, it's just a buy and hold. Personally, I think the potential ROI from summoning can far outweigh purchasing of a single pet. So at the moment, I got to go with heroes and LP, honestly.
I love it. Yeah, it's a hot take for sure, Christian. I mean, where do you land on this pet good bad conversation?
Well, I know the Mythic Squad owns like 3/4 of the Mythic pets that are out there, so I don't want to compete with that. But yeah, when it comes to pets, it's speculation. It's not reckless speculation, but it is speculation that they're going to have a lot of utility inside the game, and we'll see. I mean, we've had pets now for almost 9 months. And there hasn't been anything to do with them yet other than hatch them. I can't believe how many people took their pets and recycled them. Right? They put their 2 common pets in and got another egg for it. I was like, wow, that seems a little bit ridiculous, but there's been a lot of dark summoning too along with that. So at least it's created a chance for my pets to go up in value, because I've hatched a lot of common ones along the way. Right now, I think that pets are going to have their place. I think that the mythic pets especially are going to have their place. I do believe that the 3-star pets are going to be by far the best pets in the game. There's very few of them. So if you get a mythic or a 3-star, foraging or fishing right now, that's going to do a tremendous amount for your foragers and fishers. I'm sure that when the gardeners come out, those 3-star gardeners are going to be awesome to get those additional bonuses from Crystal, Jewel, and Jade in the gardens. So I do think pets are going to have their place.
I love it. Starbuck, am I tugging a heartstrings here? Are you hurting our pets a waste of anyone's time, or are they the best thing since sliced bread?
First of all, you guys should not be buying pets right now, especially the cheap ones. Just leave them alone. Don't buy them. Second of all, I think that if you've listened to the devs, I mean, the team, they've talked about it numerous times. You got to remember, what is the best reward we can get right now when we're questing? It's an egg. You got a especially if you're new to the game, getting that egg is pretty special. In order for the team to show and prove that they're providing value with them, they've mentioned multiple times that the pets are gonna matter. You're gonna want to have a pet attached to every single hero. And if you believe in the pets, it's kind of like believing in the team. So if you go against that, that's just saying, oh, well, the team doesn't know what they're doing. Why would they shouldn't be selling pets. Like, there's nothing that the pets are going to do. Where if you look at the back of the pet, like the Beef said, it number one, it's carbon copy of the roadmap. If you're interested in crafting, if you're interested in PvP at all, if you're interested in the professions, then you're obviously going to want to have something to boost those up.
I love it. I shocked, surprised by your take. Don't buy those common pets, those basic tiered pets. I thought you would have said
my time is over, and I said that because I buy them. Don't buy them.
It was self-indulgent right there. That was
He was like, if you guys want to just stay out of my way, that would be appreciated.
Yeah, please. Yeah, I don't need 7 more thumb bombadils.
Zabu, you said yourself you're a small little wallet. You certainly started that way. I mean, are pets your jam? Are you up on pets? Are they a waste of your time?
Definitely not a waste of time, but to me, in my opinion, a distraction right now. I'm focusing on potatoes, numbers, and more bodies, finding more tiers, finding more eggs. The PvP system, which is what we're all here for. We're not here to quest and click. We're here for PvP, baby. That is based on heroes. So I wonder how much value I'll be losing initially, not having one pet for every hero, but eventually I'll have one for every hero once we know more details. And to add, just to not feel that I've missed the boat, like you mentioned, I'm a small wallet and I can't bring myself to pay the price for a mythic. That's a large percentage of a Gen 0. So to not miss the boat, I got 1 Fisher Legendary 3-star combat and 1 Forager 3-star Legendary combat.
I love it, Zabu. You when people look left, you pivot and you look right. Yeah, great take. I take some time to introduce one of our guests who's made it on. I think he was missing the link. I'm sorry, Crypto Meme. He is the one, the only, the co-founder of Team Goose. Arguably one of the best teams guilds out there. No bias on my end.
Yeah, hold on.
Please just introduce and reintroduce yourself while I spin a wheel to have you represent someone here in chat.
All right. So can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to need 5 points from everybody.
Go ahead, take those.
Take it.
You can have two. You can have two.
69 points.
Negative 10 points.
I'm confident I'll beat you.
Party.
Don't worry about it. Take it.
You are I think you'll be streaming soon. You're streaming. I know you do on a regular basis. You do chat within the Team Goose Discord. Is that something? How do people join Team Goose? What's the deal? What's going on? What are you up to?
Yeah, I mean, there's an invite link in the guild information along with all the other guilds. So if you want to check them out, that's a good place to check it out and you know, see what guild fits you best. Team Goose is something like you can just join and you can be in other guilds as well too, right? It's not like something exclusive or under wraps or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, just a place to have fun, hang out, just like here.
So you are representing Dabin Newsom, and there's a joke about you coming in and wanting to take points from everyone on the screen somewhere. But you are representing Dabin Newsom. So you've got a long road ahead of you, but I'll ask you the same question. Pets, are they a waste of your time?
I mean, so right now, like people like to follow the hype, right? And right now there's not a lot of hype with pets. There was a little bit with the mismatch element thing, so people started buying up those, and anything like that could be a potential gain. I think right now it's not a good idea until the devs say something about pets, and then it'll be a great idea to have them.
No, perfect. Anything else to say? I know I missed the timer here, but I'll give you maybe one line if you want to add that, and we'll move on to the next question.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it. I would say it's just
Don't forget Maddie.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. Don't forget Maddie. Oh, how could we, Maddie?
How dare you? How dare you?
I was gonna say, wow, third question and crypto memes already catching up, Maddie. Question for you. I know, I gathered from yesterday. This is a point of conversation for you in the Boxside chat, internally, for sure. Maddie Pask, pets, are they a waste of your time? Should you own any? Why
Here's
would
the thing.
you
I
bother
think
having any?
I very much appreciate what Zabu was saying, and I also am not. I'm not one of these ogres or Crypto Grady, where I have thousands of heroes, or your Starbucks, these guys who just have like massive fucking wallets and can do whatever they want. That's not who I am. I don't have that available to me. So I need to prioritize, in my opinion, where I'm going to succeed. And I've played video games my entire life. I've played PvP games. I've played turn-based games my entire life. And I know that's where I can succeed in this game, in DFK. I can succeed creating these teams, battling these teams, playing these games. That's where I can succeed. So that's where I'm going to focus my attention, and my priorities are going to be on creating heroes, on building a team of heroes that is going to succeed. While I think pets will certainly be a part of it, I'm not denying that they're going to be a part of it. I have limited resources, and that's not going to be a priority for me. I'm not going to spend my time trying to get these high-level pets. So I need to focus on creating the best PvP team that I can. So while pets will certainly be part of the game, I'm not going to prioritize them.
Oh, geez, this question was lined up further down the road, but I cannot ask the question because you teased it up for me. This is a question that's come in from Workhorse. He'd like to know, to some extent, from what you know so far, from what you've seen in other games, what does your 3-hero PvP team look like? We'll go ahead and start with Nine-Dwarf.
Oh.
Let me get a timer here up on the screen. What does that 3-hero team look like?
I mean, I built an app for this, right? You basically you throw your heroes in and it'll give you a cross section of their skill or their stat points at least. As we learn more, we'll keep updating that. But basically, you've got you've got protection, attack, and then probably some special. Is it poison? Is it, magic? I mean, it's going to be there's always the three things you got to have. You got to have defense, you got to have health, and you got to have attack. So I don't really think it matters what avenue you go. If you prefer the poison route, that might be cool for some people because it's fun. Maybe there's other people who prefer like the holy damage or something. Yeah, personally, I love the complexity that I'm seeing. I think there's going to be an infinite number of teams to build, and I have a really hard time picking one right now. I would say that Legionnaire up front would look pretty cool. I give you that.
It would look pretty cool. I just I think of the movie 300.
Sure.
It's not the same thing, but Legionnaire up there just looks super intimidating in my head. I can't help it. Christian, I know you're a gamer in your own right. I think we were chatting. You did D&D, or you still do D&D, and 3-hero PvP team. What does your 3-hero PvP team look like?
Yeah, basically from what we've heard from Workhorse so far, it's easy, right? I'm doing Paladin, 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 baby. Yeah, all three. That's what I'm going in with. Mythic, Mythic, Mythic. In fact, I keep taking those Paladins and throwing them into the Dark Pit just to get a little bit better Paladin because...
Get out of here, you do. Oh,
you're a liar. You're a liar.
Actually,
I love you.
I'm going to consult
Christian.
WoW sheets for this because I need some of those triple S skill sets that are out there. So I leave it up to the guys that really dissect this much more in depth than I have. And it looks like the priest is going to be one badass person to put in there. So I'm looking for those priests to be able to throw in there. But my main mythics that I've kind of cultivated since day one have been a Mythic Sage, a Mythic Dark Knight, and a Mythic Dragoon. So those have been the three that I've loved to go in with, and those are going to be my PvP.
Oh, I love it. That sounds like an awesome team. An all Mythic squad. I love it. Starbuck, what does your 3-hero PvP team look like?
I've got multiple PvP teams right now, but my top PvP team right now is you guys know the Mythic Squad. We're high on traits. It's a Transcendent and Elite Dragoon up front. I've got a Transcendent and Elite Ninja in the middle, and a Sage with Transcendent and Advanced in the back. And you guys aren't going to believe this, but I've got mythic pets to attach to those fuckers.
Get out of here. No, you don't.
Boom.
I love it. I love it, Starbucks. Zabu, you've got a potato army. I'm interested. I'm curious about your strategy. Maybe different than the rest, based on what I know of you. What does your 3-hero PvP team look like?
Oh my, first of all, I love you, Christian. I got too hyped. I was happy that I was on mute. Paladin is my favorite hero. It is the best hero. I made my video a short, quick answer for new players. What's the best hero? Everyone wants to know what's the best hero. I want to say that I forgot to add that the main reason why I love Paladin is it's the basis of the perfect PvP team. I think every PvP team can include a Paladin. What's a great basic combination? A tank, a healer, and maybe a DPS. I don't know if I'll do 3 Paladins, but further, as a small wallet, I'm looking for unique combinations. I think people are still sleeping on matching class heroes. My dream hero is not a exalted Dread Knight. It's a Paladin mythic. But to answer the question, it would probably be Paladin. I already have a legendary PJ Priest, and maybe a Dark Knight, or a Dread Sage, or a unique combo like that.
Yeah, those would all be mine if I had any of those. But Crypto Meme, it's a given. All 3 of your heroes are going to be equipped with geese. But what does your 3-hero PvP team look like?
Well, my first one would be my first hero. that would be a pirate level 12 uncommon. And the reason he leads the team is because he used to be $800.
Well,
Gotta make
you
you
know
some
what?
money back, yeah.
This is the real alpha right here. I'm glad Kryptonite made it. Okay.
I'm gonna defer to everybody else. I'm gonna wait until Neindorf builds some awesome tool that just literally tells you what's the best hero, and then I'm gonna plop that in. And yeah, I mean, for me, it's just level and rarity at this point. Anything I have that's it's not nearly as good as like a lot of your potatoes. I haven't been really looking out for PvP, but I'm kind of wait for it to unfold before I start trying to dissect what it's going to be.
And you know, I hate to break it to you. If you didn't know already, Rock 808 is informing us that your $800 hero is probably worth $10.59. But needless to say, I don't blame you. Okay, you gotta get that ROI back, right? Maddie Pass, this question's up your alley. I saw you like mini.
I'm
like,
so excited to
thing
talk
there.
about this. Honestly, bump out that clock because I'm going to need more time.
Oh!
And honestly, I will say too, if you want my further answer, just tune into Bogside Chats any week, and I will tell you exactly what my best 3 team is. But I will say this. Based on what we've seen so far, based on these leaks or reveals that they're doing of like each class, you know, per class, it's clear to me that you can build a team that is going to be strong and successful that doesn't necessarily need to have the transcendent, the elite abilities. You know, Starbucks team might have these awesome, traits and stuff like that, but I can build a priest that has resurrection. You know, so like you don't necessarily need to have these guys with these crazy genetic.
Oh,
What?
Fat fingered. Fat fingered. Keep
Last
going.
Wait, was that on purpose? Was that on
No,
purpose?
It was a complete accident. Continue.
Starbucks
30 seconds.
muted you, yeah.
No, like you don't need to have
That was a vote,
all
Maddie.
of these resurrection, these elite abilities. You can build a team. Archer has a bunch of abilities that boost your critical attack, and if you have a basic ability critical aim, that's a basic ability. Added to that, to some of the skill tree that the Archer has shown, its potential to be game changing just with basic abilities. So I think in general, there are opportunities to build a very successful PvP team with heroes that don't necessarily have these fancy genetic traits that some of us have spent a lot of money on. And that's the end of that.
I love it. I love it. And we've established I have a very fat finger. So we'll see
What
who
happened
gets-
there? What happened? You're trying to
we'll
mute
see
me?
who
You're
gets-
trying to mute me, aren't you?
I'm trying. You said 1 minute and you wanted more time, and I said no way, Jose. 30 seconds less. B.
Okay. All right.
3 hero PvP team. What does that look like?
Right now, currently, it looks like a bunch of different stuff because I'm in build unique heroes mode. I agree with Zabu. I agree with Maddie in that sense that it's time to build them, right? But I still think there's a reason for all these mutations, right? So I'm going for the mutations. I'm going for the classes. I do want to have builds where there's tank, healer, DPS, but I'm trying to make unique builds and then work on getting them to graduate school and get them ready to play hard, level them up properly, quest them. I am still in build mode, so my 3 hero PvP team rotates daily because I'm constantly building these things, and I'm going to do that until it launches, and I'll probably do that even after it launches because metas will change and there'll be certain builds people want to go after or create, and I think there's going to be a lot of unique opportunities here. So right now that it's not here, I'm in build mode right now and collecting some unique cards. So that's what I'm doing.
I love it. No, great point. The hero that's good today may not be good tomorrow, which leads me to my next question. So much has changed in DFK from even a year ago. Arguably, the best hero that would have been around a year ago would have been that mythic Dread Knight. today it's maybe not necessarily the best, nor near the best hero. With talks of PvP, PvE, dungeon crawling, and yes, third-party games like Fight Club. Sign up for that tournament next week. There's, I think, a Dread Knight up for raffle potentially. What is the most valuable quality in a hero today? And we'll go ahead and start with Christian. Let me go ahead and get that timer up. Give me 1 sec. What is the most valuable quality in a hero today?
The most valuable quality in a hero today, I think, is going to be, that's a good question. You know, when I go out to the tavern to look at heroes, right now it seems like I'm looking more and more for the matching class subclass pairs. I just think that when we hit that 15 skill tree, that it's going to be a game changer for a lot of these heroes. So just based on the current builds that we have right now that got released from Workhorse, I think that we're going to really start to see those matching subclasses be extremely powerful heroes. So, you know, I think there's a couple of Dreadknights out there, and I hope that I don't meet any of those bad boys in PvP. But, you know, I even think some of the the elite classes too. So if you're getting a Dragoon Sage or you're getting a Sage Dragoon or something like that, you're probably going to be in pretty good shape. So I've been looking more at the subclasses and at those different builds. And I think even Workhorse was talking about it yesterday. Getting somebody with a priest subclass is also a huge benefit. So those are what I'm looking for right now.
I love it. Starbuck, what does that? What's the most valuable quality in a hero today? What does that look like?
For right now, for me, it's the growth score. So if I'm specifically looking for a hero, I want the highest growth score for that hero, because I'm not looking for the best hero at level 1. I'm looking for the best hero at level 100. That's my whole answer.
Wow, that was that's kind of baller drop the mic moment. I didn't mean to give you less points. I meant to give you more points. So there you go, 30. I love it. I love it. Zabu, what is the most valuable quality in a hero today?
It seems we could just save some time, and all my answers are what Christian said. I'm looking for unique, valuable heroes that are rare, not due to rarity, but be uniqueness. The numbers on those matching class heroes have me too hyped. I don't know what the total number of heroes are. If somebody knows. But I know that last time I checked, there was only 600 and below for each advanced matching. Before 2.0 launch, I know the numbers on shapeshifters. There were only 40 in-game total. So before new classes hit, we're gonna have PvP, right? So those unique heroes are gonna be, they're gonna be special.
And something to take into account. I think I certainly talk about all these dormant Gen Zeros and other NFTs. I mean, many of these heroes could very well be dormant, and just because there's a Dread Knight out there doesn't mean it's coming out to play. So what does that say about the existing hero market that you may find of value? Interesting. Crypto meme. What is the most valuable quality in a hero today?
Yeah, so I would say right now, because we have time left for PvP, I would say not directly the heroes you want to use, but maybe those Gen 1 5 of 5s that have their advanced or their elites that you could customize into your own hero later. That is probably going to be a good play right now, because you have time to customize them and you can really get what you want out of your hero, kind of thing.
Oh, I love it. No, that's great. It brings me to a question I had posed. I've forgotten whose stream. It may have been Rock's stream. I had posed a question of what to do with all of my heroes who have a bunch of summons left in them. Should I summon with them now or wait? And I think it was Boo who mentioned, hey, why not wait on those summons? You don't know what what's gonna be of value in the future. You may regret summoning recklessly today when who knows what tomorrow brings. That's an interesting strategy. Maddie, what is the most valuable quality in a hero today? Now try not to fat finger hide you this time.
Right.
What is it?
So, all right, here's the thing, and this is something I found myself saying. They release the Archer, and I'm like, oh damn, Archer's gonna be super good. They release the Knight, and I'm like, oh shit, man, Knight's gonna be super good. And then they release the Priest, and I'm like, oh my god, Priest is gonna be super good. And the point is, like, as they release these individually, like, they're all going to be good. The skill trees are going to be exciting, and it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be interesting to look at them. Okay. They're all going to be that way across the board. What that means is that, like, that can't be the thing. Class is not going to be the thing that makes any one of these heroes exciting, because all the classes are going to have interesting traits, across the board. So you need to find heroes, and this has been said by other people in the panel, that have other reasons why they're unique. And I think it comes down to just a basic thing that which vast majority of games have. This is stats are king. If your hero has better stats than your opponent's hero, you're going to win. I mean, maybe there's a slight variation on if you pick the right moves and if you have better strategy, but for the most part, if you have better stats, you're going to win. So stats are king. Stats. That's my answer. Better stats.
I love it. Beef, what's the most valuable quality in a hero today?
Well, I agree with a lot of people here, and growth is definitely something I look at. So subclass combinations too, with PvP coming up. But I would say the best quality right now would be low gen summons cards. And that's it, because we're not there yet. And you want to be able to keep popping them off and building some stuff. So just collect high summons, Gen 1 cards, and go from there. That's what I would do.
I love it. Keep it simple. I love it. No,
Yeah.
and to your point, and as I mentioned earlier, we may all be appreciative of holding off on those summons. So
yeah, and you summons for cheap. You get potatoes and/or matches that can be PvP cards for cheap, all off of those cards. So the value is definitely there.
Neindorf, I suspect you may know a thing or two about quality in heroes today. I think you may have built a tool to help us out in that. What's the most valuable quality in a hero today?
Sure. So I'll backtrack first on what people had said. There's about 480,000 heroes right now. I think that question was asked. And so my answer feeds directly into that. And I posted it on our ADFK Discord this morning as kind of my fun thing. 60,000 heroes have been burned, either PJ or Dark Summoning, already out of 480. So the number one most valuable quality in a hero is it's alive. Honestly, it's not dead. They're all useful. Even Steve the Pirates are bringing in materials and earning you money. I mean, this is money from games. Like, these heroes are earning money questing. They're not just sitting in a game and you shut the power off and they're gone. So the hero has got to be alive.
Oh man, that's a great take. Now you make me think twice about all my reckless summoning, or dark summoning. But those dragoons and those sages with
and going for the gusto is like finding a time machine and going into the future for all those profits in an instant. You know what I mean? When you hit.
Yeah. Oh man.
If you hit, you can sell for a pretty good chunk. So.
No, I mean, it makes me think. I'll think on it. I suspect I'll keep dark summoning.
Yeah,
I have
keep
problems.
burning them. Keep killing those heroes.
I've got problems. That's one of them. Okay, so next question. So Anti-Solution published an article where they discussed the importance of deflationary tokens in Web 3.0. They reference three things. It aids the maintenance of stable token value once it's offered for trading. It enhances liquidity since the market's demand for assets is greater. And due to the limited supply of tokens, it attracts investors, right? And we need more of those. In the most recent AMA, the tokenomics team seems to be discussing burn mechanisms for in-game tokens not named Jewel. Little more than that was said, but what do you suspect, what do you speculate would be or should be that next deflationary in-game token? Starbuck, let me put some time, buy you a second to think through it. What do you think it should be?
Well, I think it's Crystal. I mean, because Crystal is the native thing, and it's it's their own token. It's not Clayton, and obviously Jewel is the power token, but that's already deflationary. If I had a choice and I could wave a wand right now, it would be Crystal, and all the more reason to stack. We've seen it have a little pump. One of the things that I was excited for was that when Crystal was when the summoning event was over, I anticipated that Jade would drop to the point where we'd have parity, and while it did drop, Crystal didn't stay flat. It started to approach the Jade instead of vice versa. So if I had an option right now, because not too many people are holding big bags of Jade that I associate with, I would say Crystal.
And I love your take. I think it'd be a daunting task. I don't know how the team pulls that off. But I'd love it. Trust me. Certainly Crystal as a deflationary token would be nice. Zabu, what's your take? What's that next deflationary token not named Jewel?
Well, it said what should be the new deflationary token. I'm just gonna say they should all be deflationary. We've been shown by the devs that they can create a sophisticated economy, and yeah, if we want engagement, and we should create mechanisms where we work for what we need and we play the game. We just don't trade, we just don't hold, we just don't wait for this to pump, this to dump. Everything. We should make heroes deflationary.
Well, the way we're burning them, it sounds like we're well on our way. I'd love to see them all deflationary. Boy, I thought Crystal being the next deflationary was tough. All of them. Boy, that's daunting. Crypto meme. What should be that next deflationary token not named Jewel?
All right, so I'm gonna scoop in and take every other answer, which is all the other items that haven't been used yet, that don't have a purpose. All these items are basically tokens, so why don't floaters become deflationary? Why are we using the vendor to prop up the price and the gold price instead of giving them a utility, and we're buying them because we can use them to feed our pets or whatever it is. So I mean, just any of the non-utility tokens that we're already using and getting in the game, giving those a utility would probably be a good thing.
Great answer. Maddie Pask, what should it be? What are we deflating out there? What can we deflate? What should it be?
Right, and I think tiers and items, obviously that's great, and I really love. I mean, that there's built-in things that make those deflationary, which is great. The team has said doing X, Y, and Z, those things get burned. But I'm ready for something crazy, and my friend Rock is going to be mad at this statement, but that's okay. Why not? If you don't touch your land, that should be burned.
Wow. Okay. That's it's a hot take. It's probably wrong, but it's hot. I love it.
If it's gone, if it's done and hasn't been touched for a year-ish, kill it. Why not? I don't care. I mean, it's gonna be dead anyways. I mean, the people that own them, if you haven't touched it in a year, if you haven't touched an asset that's worth that much in a year,
burn it down.
Oh boy,
dead and gone.
Dead and gone. I love it. Every answer is crazier than the next. And
Rock. By the way, Rock. Next stream, I'll go on your stream because we gotta talk.
Oh yeah, I've been dying to see that conversation. There's a lot to be said. There is a lot to be said. You're making your rounds. You're shaking things up. B. All right. What should that next deflationary token be that's not named Jewel?
I don't know. I think there's been a lot of crazy things said. On that note, I'll leave it to all
That's
the
true.
token guys. As long as we can get a burn mechanism for some of this ragweed, you know what I mean? That's all I need is a little burn mechanism for some ragweed.
Yo, you like burning weed? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
He's
I'll
not
leave this
denying
stuff.
it. He's
I'll leave
doubling
this
down.
stuff for you guys, and just make a burning mechanism for the ragweed, and I'll be happy.
Just, get him just burn his weed. That's all he wants.
That's all he wants. You can't blame
What
the
else is
guy.
it doing right now?
Nine Door. What's that next deflationary token?
So I guess, you know, we're talking about, I assume we're talking about the big guys here, Crystal, Jade, and Jewel, of course. But Jewel already is. I guess I have a little problem with the verbiage chosen, because technically any fixed cap token is deflationary because they will get lost over time and you cannot recover lost tokens. So I would say that Crystal and Jade technically already are deflationary once they're all released, because you cannot recover lost wallets. I mean, lost keys is burned tokens, albeit they're hard to track, so it's hard to say how much is burned. That being said, you know, I'll take a kind of a counter here. On top of that is the only asset I never want to see deflationary is heroes. We always are going to need more heroes because we're going to bring more people in.
I love it. Hot takes. Christian. What are your thoughts here? What's that deflationary token? What should it be?
Yeah, I think Neindorf is right on the nose when it comes to this. Everything really realistically in the game, you know, the tokens can be deflationary, but all the items, there's an infinite supply. So when people say there's not enough tiers or there's not enough gold, or, you know, these things are, you know, there needs to be more of them. It's just a matter of supply and demand with those. It's always going to be, you know, supply and demand driven. But when it comes to deflationary, you've only got three choices, right? We have a fixed supply of Jewel, Jade, and Crystal. So Crystal and Jade can be deflationary. I don't think they should be, though. I think that they should, you know, continually bring players into the game. If Jewel is the actual power token, it can go to $100. It could go to $500. It could go to $1,000. You know, we're all excited about that. But Crystal and Jade should be 10, 20, 30 cents. And, you know, everything should trade accordingly. And so, you know, it brings more people into the game. They can afford to do things, and, you know, things will happen inside the game. You'll get those game mechanics. But all those items, I can't wait for items to come out that are like swords and armor and helmets that cost 100,000, you know, gold, that cost 1 million gold, that cost 5 million gold. Then we'll talk about how, you know, gold is worth a whole heck of a lot more because you can use it for something.
Oh, I love it. Great point. Great point. Let me see. Okay, so 2 questions here. Next one, it's a simple one, super easy peasy. You're new to DeFi Kingdom. Simply put, what do you do with $100 today? I think we've got Zabu next. This may be up your alley.
Potatoes. The cheapest potatoes, and as many combinations as everything. I mean, as you can. I would hate to, especially as a small wallet, hate to FOMO into, sorry, Crypto Me, what was it, an $869 hero, only for it to be rugged on RNG with leveling, because that's just my luck and how I feel. I know I've had some heroes that I was really hopeful about, only for them to be negative average stats already, you know? So yeah, we don't know what these abilities are, and the meta is going to constantly change. So maybe I would say one of each potato, preferably 2 of every kind.
And that sounds lovely, but can you actually, I'm Christian, you would know, can you get a bunch of potatoes for $100? I mean, enough for one of each one? I don't know if you can. We'll get to you, and I'm sure you'll let us know. But Crypto Meme, what do you do with $100 in DFK today?
Well, are we talking 100 American or 100 Snowbucks?
Oh, you got me.
100 Bitcoin, right? 100 Bitcoin.
Oh yeah,
What do you do
that's
with
what
that?
we're talking about.
100 USDC. There you go.
Okay, so this might not be the smartest thing, but it will get the player most addicted, and that's get them an LP, get them a little bit of residual every day, get them a couple potato heroes so they can do the questing, and maybe a couple summons or something like that, and let them play little different parts of the game, right? So they can experience it, they can collect the rewards every day, they can get the rewards from quests, they can summon if they make a lot one day, and yeah, just enough to play all aspects of the game. Something I couldn't do when Jewel was $20.
Yeah, hey, I hear you. I too remember buying that $500, $600 hero. And to your chagrin, Nine Dwarf, I sent one of those on the PJ, and they didn't come back. So I don't know if I won or lost.
So sorry.
But yeah. Well, you win some, you lose some. So boy, those were the days. We thought, just the moon was. I could see it, I could feel it, I could smell it. Maddie,
Yes.
what do you do with $100?
So, if you asked me this question when I first started, I would 100% say throw it in the gardens and sit there. When I started, I got very lucky. I mean, well, I shouldn't say lucky, but it was Jules at like 5-ish, and then it jumped to 20. So I got very lucky that I jumped in right then. And again, I still lost money, but whatever. But I would say jump in the gardens at that point. Today, I have a different story. I think buying up some floor heroes, you could probably get 5 or 6. Obviously, I know it might be different than that, but start collecting these items. I mean, especially tiers. And also, too, if you've never played the game, like, you're going to be interactive. If you have 5 or 6 heroes, yes, I know it's very minimal. It's clicking. But, like, that, you're going to be playing the game, If you get in the gardens, you're not playing very much. You're not doing very much. So a new person, I'm saying, buy some floor heroes, do some quests, click some buttons, see how it feels.
And you made me think on it. Yeah, I mean, night and day response a year ago. We're much closer to PvP today than we were a year ago, and you're right. That answer changes. All things being equal, let's say the price is the same. Things change, but for the fact that we're so close to PvP. Interesting. I love it. Beeve, $100. What do you do?
I would get. I would buy a match with summons, a low gen match with summons, and I would summons and try to mutate up. That's what I would do. I would look through the tavern for a match on a pair, whether it be basic or advanced class, with summons, low gen, so I can make it happen, and I would mutate up. And then I would send the baby straight to work. And that's what I would do. So
keep it simple. I love it. That's what you can do today.
Yeah.
I'm
good.
Nine Door. $100 today. What are you doing with that?
All right, so I'll lay them out first, and then I'll tell you the proper order later. So you go to Crystal Vale, you get 2 to 3, I'll call them growth gardeners, right? They're cheap, but they got some potential to grow. You tuck the rest away in Crystal Vale LP. A, they're earning their own gas, so you don't have to inject more money. B, they have a solid unlocked ROI, which means I don't have to go buy miners right now. I'm not worried about having locked value to sit there, and now I got to go invest in something else. And then never waste your stamina. Always use your stamina. But these things are the second thing you should do. The first thing you should do is go create that DFK account so you can get 3 days of hero matching, and then you can find the appropriate match that you need to get that third gardener summoned.
You gotta plug
in. Absolutely.
You gotta plug it in. No, absolutely. It's a tool that helps you not just find a hero, but find the right hero, and that's important.
That's right. And I mean, we've all used. I mean, I don't know. There's other tools that do it too, but it just makes it so much easier and so much. You're not wasting time finding a pair. And I mean, time's up. I better stop.
No. Hey,
keep going. You're on a roll.
I'll say it again. You're a ADFK team. Here to shine for sure. Christian, $100 today. What do you do? What do you do today? What do you? What, and again that answer may have changed over the months, over the weeks, over the days. But today, what are you doing with those $100?
Definitely. I'm going to give you the right answer, and then I'm going to give you the degen answer here at the end. So the right answer is, I made a video on this probably about a year ago. I'm thinking last February, maybe last March, that said, get as many floor heroes as you can because the APR on heroes is 400%. And I remember I got one comment in there from some guy that said, you should not promise something that is not capable of being got. Nobody can get 400% on their money. And I was like, you're so full of crap. I did it myself. I bought a floor hero. I quested him for about 5 months, and he was worth way more than 400%. I think that everybody on this panel can agree right now that if you had a floor hero last January and you were just looking at him in terms of whatever you bought him for, Jewel or Jade, that amount has gone up at least 400%, if not 4,000%. So, a lot of these heroes have gone up dramatically. The degen answer is buy as many green eggs as you can right now before gardening starts to happen and those pets get hatched, and then sell those damn green eggs once they announce it. Okay, that'll double your money.
Wow, that's an epic
Holy
response.
shit.
That's pretty degen.
That's a wild fucking answer from Christian Peterson
what?
right there.
I did not expect that answer.
Yeah, I didn't think you were going to start with the right. I thought you weren't going to end with the right answer. So,
like if Starbucks said that, I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. But whoa.
Yeah, I did not expect that from you. I love it.
There you go.
Snip this, post it somewhere with caption NFA. I love it. Starbucks, what are you doing with $100 today?
$100, I'm buying 8 advanced heroes, usually floor price, and those 8 aren't for the whole 100. You can get 8 advanced heroes for about $60-$70 right now. I use another portion of that. I use the remaining portion of that, put it in the gardens to give myself some juice, similar to what Neindorf said. But I take my strategy, and I literally onboarded someone this week with the same strategy. And once you get those heroes questing for you, you level them up, and then wait till they're level 5, level 10. You sell them, and then you flip it again. It works. I mean, Christian, be the first one to tell you, 400% increase on those heroes is very attainable. I do like to stay with the advanced class because typically, especially if they have summons in the future, when they're level 5, level 10, they're just that much more attractive. And honestly, if you're getting them at $6-7 a pop right now, it's almost a surefire guarantee that you're going to get your money back. I'll put my stamp on that only because I did it myself.
Wow. No. We'll readjust here one sec. Yeah. No. I mean, what I will say for myself, it's sort of interesting. I think if we were all having this conversation even a year ago, what can you do with $100? I think the answer may have been go buy some scratchers and hope for the best. I know the price, maybe hurts some of us who have been here, really long. But it certainly addresses the question I certainly had. What are we doing to sort of make it attainable for new people, sort of get in and be able to do something within the game? You couldn't do much of anything with $100 a year ago. You can do a lot today, which is interesting. Final question, and what I'll say is we've got a pretty close game here among many. I failed to mention what the prize is for today. So prize is 100 tiers and a yellow egg for whomever's guess wins this one. So we'll see. Because I'm an incredible host, of course, I didn't take notes as to who's repping who. So I may have to go back and re-listen to who you're all repping if you guys didn't remember. But with that said, winner, please reach out. Biscuits won our last one. He collected his 2 blue eggs, so congrats to him. Final question, Crypto Meme. If you watched or if you partook in the last version of these, we talked about player retention, which is important. However, we can't talk about retention and how to retain players if you don't attract them first.
Hmm.
Force Protocol published a Medium article in which they mentioned several qualities that attract more players to the games. Those qualities include things such as, marketing, advertising, i.e., creative marketing, identifying target audiences, and sort of reaching out to them, multi-channel marketing, things like optimizing user experience within the game, sort of just making it easier for them to sort of partake in everything that's going on. Incentivize outreach. Social integration, building those communities, implementing third-party solutions, establishing referral partners, and they had a few others. But in your opinion, what is the key to attracting people to DFK? Not necessarily from the crypto space, because those people may inevitably come once they discover DFK if they're not already aware of them. How do you get the layperson who's not into crypto interested in DFK? Crypto mean, let's go ahead and put a minute up here on the clock, minute and change. Let's go. What do you do? How do you attract new players?
So, I mean, it's something out of my control, but it's something the devs would have to do, and that's making the gameplay as smooth as possible, and making it so it's fun, and everyone has a chance. Even the small players who aren't using like tools and bots and all that stuff could still have a chance. Yeah, so making the game fun, making the game playable and smooth is the most important thing.
I love it. Simple. Give you a couple points for simple. I love it. Um, Maddie, all right. What are you doing to attract those players who may not even be aware of Web 3.0 GameFi, let alone DFK? How are they coming?
So I think this question goes to something that we've been debating, or not us particularly, but like this whole space has been debating in terms of, can this industry, this gaming industry that's a, multi-billion-dollar industry, can Web3, can crypto, can it be included into the gaming industry? And I 100% think it can. The key thing is that you need to have a quality game. You need to have something that's comparable and also includes NFTs or crypto or whatever. Like you have to have that thing that makes it like the NFTs cannot be the headliner. It has to be a feature of it that's not the main thing. So as long as the game is good, the PvP is good, it's competitive, it's fun, it's like, anybody can play it. If you have that, and then yes, there is a part of it that has crypto, that has NFTs part of it. If you have that, I feel like people are going to come towards it.
I love it. Beeve, what are you doing to bring those people, those players to DFK? What are you doing?
Well, I would say that a little bit of marketing wouldn't help. So what I'm doing personally is streaming content every single day, right? Trying to help the dev team out and bear with marketing. But it's always going to boil down to a good polished project. If you build like this is GameFi, they're marketing this as a game, right? We got PvP being built out by Wisdom Labs. So if they can nail down PvP and learn from this experience, and hopefully this product, this PvP experience is great, like Crypto Meme was saying, smooth and fun, then I think the people will come and they will participate more with what DeFi Kingdoms has to offer, right? But they got to nail PvP first. The gaming community is endless, and there we go. I'll touch on that at the very end too. Community, they need to continue their focus on community, right? Because community is what drives a game, I believe, along with its, quality.
No, I love your answer. Community, it's not, not the end all be all, but I think we're all here because of it, and we continue to be here because of it. Nine Dwarf, What are we doing to bring those non-DFK, non-crypto players into the space?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're already doing it. I mean, podcasts like this, streams, content, just generate it and push it. And if you watch people having fun and you're like, oh, what's this? They're having a great time doing this. I mean, I think it'll come naturally. I think the big part that we got to kind of remember too is that a lot of that marketing I wouldn't be spending marketing money now anyway. People need free money in their pockets to come play. I think you need a bull market in general. You need to get away from this bear market where people have disposable income. And the other thing too is, there's some crypto reluctance, right? Some people are afraid to get in. So I think us as casters need to keep pushing and say, look, it's not that scary. If you put in $100, it's not scary. We already had that question last. Like, here's where you go with $100. Trust me, it'll be fun. Your $100 will turn into more. And even if it doesn't, you're gonna have fun, and it's the cost of entertainment. And I've got some buddies that I've got in, and honestly, they're just kind of going from the entertainment route. If it goes to zero, they don't really care because they're still having fun. So I think those are the sorts of things that we need to push and make sure people understand. You can go deep or you can just go for fun.
No, and that's great. I mean, absolutely. It's one of those things where I think about how what $100 buys you 2 dozen eggs these days. It's a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, $100 is spent just about anywhere. And you're getting a lot of bang for your buck, and you're owning those NFTs. Those are yours to own and sell and sort of do what you want with them. So, great response, Christian. How are we bringing those players to DFK? What are we doing?
Well, Neindorf had another, group of great answers. I'm going to go back to Zabu at the very beginning. Come for the gardens and stay for the community. We're all in it for our clan, right? You guys are all amazing people. I love listening to Neindorf and Ralph, and I love listening to the Mythic guys, and I love listening to, Maddie and friends and Guy Kid. If Guy Kid would, actually get a chance to talk every once in a while. and Zabu's pods and everybody. I mean, from Grady to Rock to everybody. I mean, you guys are all a part of the clan here. And when people come in and they see us having fun and we're collaborating, we're talking about how we're going to make money and what we're going to do next and what our strategies are. And, Workhorse is out there creating these amazing products, and Wowie's putting these spreadsheets together. And it's just, it's a good time, and people come for the entertainment, and you want to, enjoy yourself. You're going to spend your time. You're going to spend some money. You might make some money from it, right? We're in the midst of an incredible winter bear market, and we're still out here. We're still having a good time. There's a good handful of people that are all enjoying themselves on a daily basis, and it's fun, right? I mean, the reason why we're all here is because it's fun, and other people will come because we're having a good time playing.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. And kudos to Kevin here. In chat, his comment. I can't even imagine. I know, and I'll put it up here on screen. I can't imagine what this looks like. With growth. If this is what organic growth or sort of the organic community looks like, what happens when DFK puts some money behind it and sort of starts marketing and doing some of these things, because there is a full-fledged product that people are interested in. What does that community look like? How much does it grow? What are we doing? Sky's the limit. We'll see. We'll see where we're all at a year from now. What we're all chatting about for sure. Starbucks.
We won't be. We'll be in our yachts. Like, we'll be
Sarge.
my yacht will be like going
We'll be
by your
playing-
yacht, and we'll like wave.
Yeah.
That's all we'll be.
Me
doing
and Maddie will
this
be
year.
playing bunker
Sarge.
yachts, just laughing.
Yeah.
Please,
It won't be,
Sarge,
you know.
please don't invite me back with ADFK boys in the crowd. This should have been Mosh getting his ass kicked for a second time by ADFK, not me. And I want to shout out Rock. He's really holding down the comment section. He's on.
Oh
fire.
my God! Thank you, Rock. I
Yeah.
see the comment. I need 5 more hands to be able to do it all effectively. So thank you all for holding down the fort there.
Well, Sergeant. I was gonna say, you know what? Next time,
Yeah.
you should get Bowl on to be the judge, and he'll give the points out. That'd be fun.
I think we could pull that off.
I feel like we could.
Oh yeah.
I think we
I feel
could.
like I
Well,
have no chance at that
He's
point.
talked about it. He's talked about doing a stream where he gets all the streamers together, and this was maybe a couple months ago, where there weren't as many as there are today. I don't know how he fits 50 people in one cast, but that's his problem, not ours.
Yeah,
We'll see.
exactly.
Starbuck, let's hear from you. I mean, what are you doing?
Oh, I thought the round was over. Sorry.
Oh, is it? No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Starbuck.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, I know. I
That's
don't
a-
even remember the question. I got
I was like,
bumper yachts.
Yeah.
Starbuck.
Only beat me by
Here we
3.
go.
Now you got some more
What
points.
should we do to bring those players into DFK, especially those players who are sort of doing their own thing outside of crypto?
I kind of mentioned that on my last answer. I think everything is predicated on PvP and PvE. Like if the game is not fun, like that's my biggest thing. I've said it so many times. If the game is smarter than it is fun, then we have a problem. If the game is fun and it just naturally makes people want to play like any other game, you're not going to play Assassin's Creed if it's boring. You're not going to play God of War if it's just walking. If it's fun and it's engaging and, and there's people that are excited about it. I mean, that's the same reason that I was able to recruit someone who was very sketch on crypto in general, was simply because I showed it to him. I showed him the pets. I showed him, the 3D images. This is before gameplay. And this is someone who understands, like he played WoW and he played Magic the Gathering and what's that other one? League of Legends. So when I kind of showed it to him and I framed it up.
That other one.
The other one. You know what I mean? So when I framed it up to him, I get 4 seconds back. Anyways, I framed it up to him and I explained to him, I showed it to him. He got into it. He's into it now. He's playing it now. But I think it's all predicated on fun because fun is what the community is here for. Without the community, there's no game.
I love it. And
Cheers.
not last but not least here, Zabu. What are you doing to bring in those people?
Well, what we're doing now, building community. I try to be cautious with this, and I'm not trying to hype and I'm not trying to shill anything to anyone. I don't think it's the time to be attracting new players, and the players aren't coming, not yet, at least. I'm doing what I can, and that's why I'm trying to build content and trying to build the community. I'm here to help and educate any user that by their decision decides to jump in now, and ultimately it's it's all on the devs. It's very simple. To attract new players and retain players, it's simple. We need a fun game, and that's it.
I love it. I love it. Again, I forgot to put up the timer. It's sort of my MO these days. With that said, Neindorf, Christian, close game. We had Starbuck and Maddie Paskin all along here. Congrats. Neindorf, by any chance, do you remember who you were repping? I can go back to the stream. I'm sure I'll find them.
Hold on. There's
Oh,
no chance for bonus points?
Guys, I thought this was like golf.
It was
the lowest
Skiller,
score.
wasn't it?
Rock, you didn't win.
Skiller
Rock, you
55.
didn't win.
No bonus points
Skiller
this time.
55.
Yeah, Skiller.
Skiller 55. But what we'll do is I do want to have some closing remarks. I think many of us have some things to sort of pitch, things we're working on, upcoming projects, upcoming tournaments. We'll go sort of, round robin here. Beef and Starbuck, maybe do the two of you here. Things you're working on, things you want to sort of let the community know about.
I'm working on myself every single day, and I'm going
Dude.
to defer
And you're
to
beautiful
Starbuck,
and you're perfect.
okay?
You're
I'm going to
perfect.
defer to Starbuck for the Mythic Squad hoopla. Okay. Thank you guys too. You guys are handsome too. You guys are all awesome. I love you.
Well, chef's kiss.
Love it. Neindorf, anything exciting you're working on, something you want to share with the community?
I'll let Maddie take some of the Fight Club stuff. Him and the Bogside guys are pushing that way better than I'm capable of. But honestly, I think what we're trying to do is just give, just community tools and community itself, support when people need it, celebrating their successes and keeping them entertained. I think that's what we're working on. I mean, that's just what we're here to do every day. I think and we're having a blast.
Christian, DFK today, but what else are you working on? I'm sure that's consuming some of your time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on hopefully getting the rising tide to lift all boats. It's one of those things where you talk about we need to bring new players in, but I agree with Zabu. We're in the middle of a bear market, and people have got to want to come in, right? They need to actually, want this. It's something right now where, I'm looking at floor priced heroes in the tavern right now for 56 crystal. And I'm like, okay, that's like $5.60. And I think I'm right on board with most of you. I think my first hero was about $600. And, everybody said this is a whale game. And I was like, well, it is now, but it might not always be, So this is the time to get into DFK. It's like, I think with all the amazing tools, everybody's building really cool things. Nydorf has, the Adventures in DFK, which we all use and we all love. And there's so many other really cool tools that Grady hits on and Rock hits on and all these people in their streams. And they're all using these things to find heroes to summon with and find the right thing and do this and that and the other thing. And it's cool. It's cool that people are actually building on top of DFK. And I've mentioned that to Dreamer, several times that, I'd like this to be a platform where, if you want to put Fight Club in there, if you want to put Dungeon Crawler in there, put it in the game, get it in the castle, let people play it. If they want to play it, great, they can profit share. This is something that we can all use and we can all benefit from. And I'm excited to see where the direction goes. I think Workhorse is going to come out with a really cool, PvP edition, and there's going to be PvE after that. And, I know Hubert's excited. He keeps talking about it. He's the game master now, right? So I think this is going to be a really fun next couple of months. We'll see what happens with this. If everything turns around and we start to go into a crypto spring, we're all looking good. And this is the time to really start accumulating. And Jewel right now is the only deflationary token. So I've told everybody, even on Grady's stream, Heroes and Jewel, stack those two. Everything else is speculative.
Great answer. My God, no, that's awesome. Maddie, I have to go to you next. I can see why you're not a hat guy. I saw that move. That was hot stuff, man. The slicking back of the hair.
I'm not a hat guy. I've got a lot of complaints. Everyone's saying I should wear the bullish hat. I get it. I'm sorry. I'm not a hat guy. My dad is balding, and as a counter to him, I've made sure that I've continued to grow it out. That's important to me. My dad is balding. He's bald. He's basically bald right now, so I need to make sure. Regardless,
you look more like a face paint guy, anyways.
Regardless, you don't think there's paint on this right now? You don't think there's paint right now? Anyway, regardless, I love this game. I love talking about this game. I'm so excited we're doing this stuff. Sergeant, huge shout out to you. You are amazing. This is awesome. Let's keep doing this forever. I think there is no losing here. We're going to create a community and a fun game. Honestly, crypto can go to zero as long as the community stays in it and we keep playing this game. Just us will survive and we'll have fun. And I'm so excited. So keep going. I love it. Quick shout out to the Fight Club stuff. We're doing a bunch of Fight Club tournaments. So if you want to have some utility with your heroes, the Perilous Guild, is there any representation here from Perilous Guild? I don't think so, but
not on stream.
Yeah. But they are hosting or sponsoring this most recent Fight Club tournament, and they are giving away like 10 heroes. And just to sign up and play in the tournament, you're eligible for one of these heroes. So check out Fight Club. The links to the Discord are everywhere. Also, there's a dungeon crawler now. Like the guy who created Fight Club is a goddamn genius, and he created this whole dungeon crawler game. He is wildly smart. So go check it out. There's tons of details on it. There's prizes you could win to play his dungeon crawler. Go check out Fight Club and go check out ADFK Guild. I'm done. I'm out.
Done. Mic drop. Zabu, anything you're working on? Anything you want to share with the community?
No, just build a community, I started a Discord server called Brotherhood Without Banners. It's I love the lore of Game of Thrones, and sure. I want that as a place where we people could hang out and find a guild that they want to join, that's the whole Brotherhood Without Banners, no alliance yet. And
can other guilds promote on that server?
Yeah, that's the whole thing that I would like to.
Interesting.
I'll join if I
Yeah,
can pick
work
my
on.
seat first, Zabu, at the table.
Everyone is
Whatever
welcome.
Mythic Squad wants, I want a better than Mythic Squad.
There you
Whatever
go.
they
No.
do.
There you go.
Maddie's got to sit at the kid table. Put the big kid at the big.
You
the
don't
kid
want
table.
better than Mythic Squad. You got to open your wallet.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
And-
Zabu, post it in the comment section, and I'll pin it to the video, so that way other people can.
Oh, I just
Um,
barely created an icon on it and no channels. It's just an idea. Yeah,
You put it out
that,
there. It's gonna
you know,
happen. It's
it-
gonna
it's-
happen. No, I love.
Oh yeah, and more so if I want a personal like one-on-one with anyone, they could on stream hop on and I could guide them through something, or I just like education and helping those that want to learn. You know.
I love it. Great. And you're too modest to plug yourself, but he's got a YouTube channel. He's got a Twitch account. Find him. Follow him. Zabu, post that in the comment section, because I know you've got that up and ready, and I'll pin it. And then last but not least, the guy who sort of helped make DFK feel like home for me, Crypto Meme. You'll always have a soft spot in my heart. There's one there for you specifically. Anything you're working on, anything you want to share, and sort of just wrap us up.
I mean, like, I'll show Team Goose a little bit. If you want to come join, doesn't matter what squad you're in or what team or guild or whatever. If that doesn't work out, we're gonna order green sweatshirts and we're gonna make the uncommon squad.
Hey, don't forget about Starbuck. That's not slight
love it.
Starbucks time here.
Starbucks, yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what the
no,
fuck?
I wanted to pin the two of you. I thought you were representing Starbuck and you spoke on his behalf, but Starbuck, no, I want to hear from you. The Beeb was acting like he was the head honcho at
No,
Mythic Squad.
you misheard him. He said Starbuck will say what Starbucks is going to say, but no
Oh,
problem.
I did mishear him. Yeah, no, Starbuck. Yeah, please take us home then.
Yeah, so Mythic Squad's got a lot going on. I mean, we do have a server that's already popping up. I'm keeping my eye on it right now, where we do have a place where if you just want to hang out, Mythic Mayhem, you can go in there and see Skiller, Dreads, Be Easy, Snoposaurus, and Too Honest chatting it up right now. I'm actually curious what they're doing. But we've said it before, like we invite everybody. Like we have Raph in there. We've had, I'm sure we've had Maddie in there too. Christian obviously always.
I never
always
go. I
welcome.
never go in there purposely.
Horse shit. Yeah. So, but there's a reason people come to the Mythic Squad. It's fun, like that's our main focus. Like if we're like, if I haven't said that enough, like our number one priority is to have fun. We talked about it before we even formed the Mythic Squad. If it wasn't fun, we were going to cut it out. And then, ever since then, it's just been a roller coaster of so much fun from Seattle to Miami. It doesn't matter. The Mythic Squad's everywhere and growing. We're looking forward to, but that's one of the things. The reason I say that is like, I think that alone, and you've probably heard this phrase before, alone you can go fast, together we go far. So if I can promote ADFK, if I can promote Borders, or was it Borders Without Banners? I apologize, I missed it. Brotherhood Without Banners. There you go. If I can promote that and you could grow too, I mean, this is a push-pull system. I say it all the time. If I'm willing to pull everybody up the ladder, if you're willing to push me up the ladder too, eventually we're all going to be at the top of the mountain. And we'll look back at this day and we'll like think of these streams that we did as like a real family where we actually care. Like if something bad happens to you, we have a community that opens up. We don't just open up with our mouths. We open up with our pockets. If I find out somebody's had something really crappy to them, I'll slide them something, I don't have the biggest wallet, contrary to popular beliefs. The reason why I'm so bullish on pets right now is because I can afford them right now. Once Jewel starts pumping and once Crystal starts pumping, I'll be a spectator, but I'm going to be a spectator with some fat zoo of pets. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, so we got so much going on with the Mythic Squad. If you guys haven't already heard, we're actively planning a DFK con. The only problem is we're planning, and it's either going to be in Minnesota, depending on when PvP launch, or it's going to be in Vegas. Like if either of those places aren't
No,
where
it
you
cannot
want
be
to
in
go,
Vegas. I can't go to
it
Vegas with you people.
absolutely can.
I can't go to Vegas with
Maddie,
you
we
people. Are
didn't
you
ask
kidding
you.
me?
Maddie,
Let
we
me
didn't ask
rescue
you.
Vegas.
Yeah,
I'll lose all
Come.
my money.
come.
We'll give you a buddy and a safe word so you don't lose it all. Okay?
Yeah, safe word is not potato.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
bring a bunch of D-gens to Las Vegas and see what
I
happens.
cannot do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
bring it.
We'll
bring
make
it.
sure to drink a ton of alcohol before we go out gambling, Maddie.
Oh
It'll
boy.
be fine.
Exactly.
Oh
It'll
boy.
be fine.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it on that. We've got a lot going on with the Mythica Squad. The guild is always welcoming new people, and like I said, you can be part of any guild. If you just want to kick it, come kick it.
No, absolutely. And for anyone who is pumping out content, video streamers, you guys do an awesome job of sort of linking it so that when we go live, when we put out a video, it sort of pops up in the announcement section. I'm too dumb to know how you guys did that, but it's so cool, and it's one of the things I appreciate about that community. I'll end with this. I an ism my mom would tell me growing up. It's sort of an allegory of crabs in a bucket. She goes, don't be crab, don't be a crab in a bucket. I was like, what do you mean, Mom? What do you mean, don't be a crab in a bucket? She goes, yeah, crabs. As soon as one crab's gonna make it out, if one of the crabs pulls the other one back down, and no one makes it out of the bucket. What I love about the
Sarge,
yeah,
can
good
I fix that story, please? So,
Please,
if you guys have ever
please.
seen crabs, if you've ever gone crabbing, what you do is you take some meat, you put it inside the crab trap, and what happens is you drop it in the pod, they go under the ground, and then eventually the crabs will find the meat and they'll go to it. Well, the crab that finds the meat ends up eating that meat. And then other crabs will see that crab in there and they'll climb in too because they see the other crab. Eventually, you've got this huge crab net. It's completely packed with a bunch of crabs. And instead of letting a crab leave, a crab would rather pull you back in to that net so that you're stuck with them and they will kill you before they let you go. That's how bad crabs are. And so what he's trying to articulate to you is there's going to be crabs out there, and there's going to be crabs that want to bring you down, but don't be a crab. There's plenty of fish in the sea. There's no reason being stuck.
That was a great
That was a great
Starbucks.
That was a good hijack. That was a good
hijack. Hey,
we
Sergeant, can we get your beloved family story, please? Thank you.
we learned two things. One is I don't pay attention to my mother. Two, Starbuck is an amazing storyteller. No, I didn't know about crab fishing. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. No, I love it. And what's gonna happen is when we're all in Vegas, it's gonna be such an awesome
Wait,
time.
it's happening. It's confirmed. It's happening now. Right?
When Starbucks says something, it's happening. I don't doubt it.
There'll be a safe word and a buddy.
We don't need safe words. We're amongst friends.
What's the safe word for making money?
Man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be awesome. And DFK,
it's not.
It is going to be magic.
On those
the amount of heroes you guys burn on a regular basis, I can't imagine what you do in Vegas.
Oh man.
I got high stakes slot machine and just put 100 in it. See what happens.
On those notes, we'll bid you farewell. We'll catch you next time. You guys have all been great. Chat, you guys have been awesome. Let's do this again. I'll probably take a week hiatus to sort of just, get that energy back in me. But we'll reconnect. I want to have you guys all back on. And if you're in the chat, if you're listening and you want to come on, let me know. We'll work something out. Neindorf, congrats. You've made ADFK proud. Catch you on next time.